Yo, it's me, Caleb again. This time we are going to do Falling in Reverse Popular Monster. Um, this has been getting a lot of reactions. I've seen it over and over and over. Different people, even the two grannies did it. So I'm gonna get on into it because it actually kind of, you know, understands me a little bit. The music understands just a little bit of what I go through, and I I feel scared every fucking minute of my life. I used to. When I was a kid, I'd made lots of, you know, plans on, you know, how to, counter react, uh, um, labels and, you know, um, just labels as a person, being labeled. Um, I used to wear skateboard and stuff, and that's when I realized, the cops would come up to me and they already knew what was going on. They probably knew that where the clothes and the stuff was coming from, and they automatically put me in a group or a something, and the reason why I wore these clothes because they were questioning what they meant because they were like, oh man, what's this, and, trying to figure out like what kind of gang I would be in later on in life. They were just trying like you know break me down into a category, and they seen that I was very active and very healthy, and you know like I don't know, they really connected with me, and they really were very interested in the example I was making. um I guess, and I always thought, well, I mean, I this is when I first started skating at 9. They told me to be careful, be careful on the street, make sure there's no cars coming in and stuff like that. And they told me to stay off the sidewalks because you might hurt somebody, run them over. And then later on, as I got older, they got more aggressive. By every age, like every year, they would get more aggressive because I was taking it far. I was taking it too far probably. Um, they wouldn't, they would give me tickets like when I'm on the street, or they'll give me a ticket because I'm on the sidewalk, and then they didn't know where I should be skateboarding, and you know, and by law it said the sidewalks, but I as a person with a heart and feelings didn't feel that was necessary because these boards that I was skating with were professional skateboards, and they were really, really fast. I mean, the cops couldn't even catch me on the bike. Like, that's how fast they were going. So if I'm going that fast and I run into some old lady, she could probably die or get hurt seriously bad. I mean, or my skateboard could shoot out while I'm doing a trick and hurt someone, hit some in a leg, break their leg, knee, or shin, or whatever. Um, I didn't have nowhere to go. I mean, then I found out, I would have to go all the way to the next town over, which I didn't even have a car, and the next town over is like 20 miles. And that's a long way to skate. And I mean, just to skate at a park, and it wasn't no Tony Hawk, you know, uh, park or nothing. It was just a man-made, like our locals created them, and I would skate it every day, and I was skating so good that people weren't able to stay in my skating range. I mean, I was getting really good, and I was getting a little too damn good, and people just up and left me. I skated there by myself, and then I would skate the whole day, and sometimes my dad would take me and drop me off, and he'd go to work. Like, it would be like 5 in the morning. He'd drop me off at the skate park, and he would go to work, and I'd be there all day until about 6 o'clock, from 5 in the morning till 6 o'clock in the afternoon, or when it starts to get dark. And I was doing things by myself at that park that I had no, I shouldn't have been doing it. I shouldn't have been doing the stuff that I was doing, but I wanted to do every trick there was on a skateboard. Um, like Madonna's judo air. I mean, the Christ air was one of the hardest things I ever done. And when I'd done it, I started thinking to myself, what is going on around me? Because it started getting darker. It started getting, like, my fear was going and growing and growing. That, like, the more I progressed in my skating, and it got scary. I mean, scary, scary. I used to be a germophobic kid, and I was skating beside the paper mill, and the paper mill was putting off so much pollution that I started hallucinating, thinking that light time was darkness, and everything around me. I just been spiritually aware, and I got afraid, so I went to Cliff back to where I lived, and I skated there because I was really not wanting a skate park. I just wanted it to be uh, legalized. Skateboarding would be a legal thing, because it's doesn't make sense to me that the companies would create a skateboard that is completely illegal wherever you go, and that it would give the cops a reason to harass kids. Um, I was harassed a lot, and I studied everything I knew. I mean, even the cease and desist orders weren't even good, and people started following me again. Another generation started following me, and I was trying to set good examples for them. And they just followed me, and that made it harder for cops to harass me. But they got even more aggressive, and they called me a menace to society, a terrorist, and all this other stuff, and I was just, looking out for the kids and for myself. And, they hounded me, and I was running from them. I was so scared of them. I was running, and I didn't stop. I just couldn't stop at all. But if they caught me, they caught me. I did not run from the police. I stopped, and I took my beating. They didn't beat my ass or nothing, but they would, beat me in legal system. And the legal system was very, very hard to fight, and I didn't fight for 20 or 30 years for them to come up with a solution and make a skate park. I went through that when I was at the other town. It became a cage. It made me feel very, lonely. It made me feel like, I was a victim, and I felt like I was a um, prisoner, and I just didn't like it. And so, okay, they made the skate park, and they got Tony Hawk and the foundation to come do it. And, I try to help them, create the skate park. And, when they got all the materials and all the funding and everything, I supported, the park by, going up there and helping them put it together. And I put it together, and there's people that work for the city who said, "Oh, I was here. We built this skate park, so we're going to tell you what to do." And I'm like, "No, you weren't. You weren't even there. I was here building the whole damn thing with, the professional crew that brought the materials. You know, me and Zach the Priest and a couple other guys put this park together." And I had my own ramps and rails and stuff that I left there, but they ended up taking it out because they weren't allowed. And that's not what I've been skating my whole life for, is for somebody to tell me where to be, uh, because it was my transportation. It got me from the store and back. I was carrying armloads of groceries and skating back. I mean, but anyways, this song is called "Popular Monster," and it really reminds me of how I fought with the judicial system. But anyways, let's hear it. Yeah. I wake up every morning with my head up in a daze. I'm not sure if I should say this, fuck, I'll say it anyway. Body tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. I don't know if it's a phase, I just want to feel okay. Yeah, battle with depression, the question still remains. Is this post-traumatic stress or am I suppressive rage? The transition phase me that I'm going through a stage. Phase, I just want to feel okay, yeah, I struggle with this bullshit every day, and probably because my demons simultaneously rage, obliterates me, disintegrates me, annihilates me, break down, searching for a way out. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer, I'm a popular monster, I break down, falling into love. Now we're falling apart. I'm a popular monster. I think I'm going nowhere, like a rat trapped in a maze. Every wall that I knock down is just a wall that I replace. I race against my stuff, I try to keep a steady pace. How the fuck will I escape if I never close my case? I'm just stressing every second that I waste. Another second sooner to a blessing I won't take. But my therapist will tell me that I'm going through a stage, not a fucking stage. I just want to feel okay. Got my attention. I need to change a couple things, cause something is missing. I tell you everything is fine. Single fucking day, I can go to the grave. I'm terrified. Let's see if I will again. Popular monster, I break down, falling into love now, falling apart.